Welcome back to Marvel
The moon haunts you!
I said, welcome back to Marvel Rivals. If you ask any sane human being who the best character in the game is, they'll probably tell you it's someone like Penny Parker, Hawkeye, or Winter Soldier. But they're all boring and they hate fun.
Why are you just holding him like that? He's not a dodgeball.
But since this game is so new, I can form unnecessarily strong opinions on things I barely understand with little to no evidence to back it up. So I'm telling you that Moon Knight is the best character in the game. No one else can deliver pain to their enemies while simultaneously not even knowing who he is.
Look at this place. Hydra's crazier than I am.
And if that doesn't make any sense, just give it a bit. But you've been warned. I am heavily biased and I will bully you for your bad opinions in the comments.
I'm freaky as I'm gonna do something bad. I'm about to do something really bad.
No, you're
I'm about
alone.
to do something really fucking freaky.
What really makes a good character is a good sense of self, or even a lack thereof. By that I mean Moon Knight is a full-on schizo with multi-personality disorder. Seriously. Depending on when you ask, his name may be Mark, Steven, or Jake. To make things worse, he's also possessed by an Egyptian god of the moon named Khonshu. This guy makes every other character in the game so uncomfortable that they barely talk to him.
I try to do the right thing, but people always end up thinking I'm crazy.
I know exactly how you feel.
I mean, it's not my fault an Egyptian god whispers in my brain and tells me who deserves his righteous vengeance.
Okay, so maybe not exactly.
He's so unhinged that Dracula canonically owes him lunch money. He's basically a bleached Batman with an Egyptian god whispering in his ear at all times. And he's not afraid to tell you about it.
The voices, they're talking to me. The voices have told me to do this to Moon Knight. Touch him badly! Touch him so bad!
Moon Knight is the best kind of hero, an anti-hero, which is just like the regular kind that gets out there to save the day, but he isn't bogged down by those pesky things called morals. So he's not afraid to crack a few bones and split some skulls when the need arises.
The worst part about white costumes? The bloodstains. Am I right?
As cool as Moon Knight is, he's not invincible. More than a fair number of times in Rivals, I get curb stomped by the webbed wonder flying around the map, gang stalked by some nasty parasite, or thrown off a cliff by a dog shark named Jeff with zero chance to survive. How is that even balanced? Bro, who let this pass beta test? Anyways, I'm here to have fun, not to sweat. And I know that's far from the norm considering everyone playing this game currently came straight from Overwatch. I, however, have very little experience with Overwatch, and can only suck people dry with Moira. Dog, that's actually the voice line we decided to use? You know what? You do you. I'm out of here. All my friends are very talented Overwatch players, which means that the people I get matched against are some of the sweatiest basement dwellers known to mankind, that will drag me to the Shadow Realm if I'm not careful.
Why am I getting humped by Iron Man? What is happening? That guy. What's your Addy dosage?
What?
This guy in chat.
Oh.
This is Iron Man. What's your Addy dosage right now?
Fuck you all.
On top of everything else, he's also incredibly easy to play. The key is to keep your distance from everyone, but not too far. His main weapon is his crescent blades that take time to travel through air, so the further you are, the safer you are, but it's also harder to land your shots. If you're too close, however, that's worse, because someone wants you dead, and it's probably Spider-Man.
Oh my word. Our magic is a fucking idiot.
9 and 1, she's not doing too bad.
Well, she was chasing the Spider-Man and jumped off the edge after him.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Most squishy characters have some sort of escape method, whether it's a dash, a teleport, or invisibility. Moon Knight just gets his grapple and a double jump, but it takes too long to use and you usually die anyway, so your best bet is to look at the ground directly below you, grapple it, and then double jump and glide away.
My ult does jack Help! Bro, I keep getting dragged into a back alley and just beaten like a bitch.
He does have some great mobility options, but what really makes him S tier is his Ankh, the Egyptian omelet thing. Basically, you throw it across the map and it'll stick to wherever it hits. Enemies that stand in the AoE take a ton, and I mean a metric ton of damage. Not only that, but if you attack your Ankh, it'll ricochet and hit anyone standing in the area, back to the Ankh, and then back to them. So you actually bend projectiles to hit enemies behind corners. And if you hit headshots, game over. Unfortunately, the Ankh is pretty easy to counter. All you do is damage it a little, but thankfully, 98% of the human population is mentally incapable of focusing on more than one thing. So as long as you hide the Ankh at high traffic choke points when they're too focused on your team, nobody's going to notice. Now once someone has been dumb enough to stand in the ring of death, you just aim for heads and throw the giant boomerang once in a while.
Oh, I just scalped. I scalped Dagger. She was running away to get back to her teammates and I hooked the big boomerang at her.
So your strategy should be to aim for big groups of enemies, put the Ankh down, and just start swinging. Everybody in the game has an ultimate ability, and Moon Knight's is, well, hit or miss. Basically, he places a ring on the ground that gets attacked by giant moon hands. It can do some good damage and area control, but the startup is pretty slow and the effect doesn't last for very long, so people can usually avoid it. But he does use my favorite line in the game when you activate it.
The moon haunts you!
A couple tips to make your ultimate more effective. You can grapple at the ground below you and double jump to get a good height advantage before you use it. You can also place your ultimate much further away than I originally expected. The best time to use it is when you need to control an area for a short time, whether it's getting the enemy team off point or stopping a push in its tracks.
What are you guys doing? I want to join.
We're playing Build a Fort. You come in here? You want to come in here?
I would like to join.
Okay, there's an opening right here. Yeah. We build forts here, sir.
You guys built a fort? I want to know where this fort is.
Yeah, there is a
Outside here, let me
fort. I hate to do this, but I have to.
do it.
That was devious. That was devious.
That's going in this fucking video. Oh man, I knew that was coming. I was just wondering when.
Remember how I said not to let people get up close and personal in a 1v1? That's your biggest counter. So any dive characters like Psylocke, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and especially Magic are going to tear you apart and make the rest of your game significantly less fun. But you're not completely out of luck. Try to get a little bit of space and put an Ankh on top of them to pull them in, then just aim at the Ankh for easy hits. But even better than that, there's actually a way to turn the table on them thanks to one of my favorite mechanics in Marvel Rivals. You and your team have the option to team up with other characters. Por ejemplo, if you have a Spider-Man and a Venom on your team, it gives Venom a huge health boost, and it gives Spider-Man an extra ability that does some big damage. For Moon Knight, it's when you team up with Cloak and Dagger. It gives you a new ability that drops a bubble on you, and when you stand in the bubble, you are completely invisible. You can use this to counter any dive character that gets too close. You drop the invisibility, put the Ankh on you, and next thing they know, they entered a mosh pit that they will not be leaving. Time for a sock party.
Whoa, why am I hitting enter and it's fucking my ass? Whoa.
I don't think that's what that's supposed to do.
No, it put me into fucking... I'm so glad I didn't hit enter.
With all his mobility options, fun voice lines, and potential for massive damage output, it's hard to see how people look past Moon Knight. He also got a golden skin that you can earn through ranked play, so you best believe I'm grinding to get that. There is no other character with as much potential for fun in this game, which is why I will continue to insta-lock DPS as long as I can. I just need them to add someone with Titanfall mobility, then nobody's gonna catch me. Speaking of which, you can check out my Titanfall videos here. I'll see you all next when I come up with another infuriating challenge to do on stream.